I've got a bit of a rant today about CEX. Have you ever heard of that expression where no buses come for 3 hours and then suddenly 2 buses come at once? Well, I've got a story for you. I know a lot of people love CEX, go into CEX, buy a lot of games from CEX, and then occasionally they have a few little blips where, you know, they might get given the wrong disc, or the game might be missing the manual or something, or they've ordered it online and they've sent the wrong game, and it's frustrating. I've got a few examples here that have happened to me all in the last couple of days, and it's pissed me off really, so I'm going to have a little bit of my own rant. A lot of people on the YouTube reselling community, video game collecting community love CEX. They are a high street video game second-hand store in the UK and around the world, and there's pretty much a CEX in every single city you go into or town, and you'll go in there and you'll see second-hand retro games as well as modern games too, but mostly retro, which is the big selling point of CEX, is because places like Game Station are shut down now, but Game don't sell retro games. If you go to the cash generator shops, cash converters, whilst they do have some retro games, nowhere near as much as CEX. And at least with CEX they provide a 24-month, I think it's a warranty or guarantee, and I think you can bring stuff back within 48 hours. So they do have some policies which benefit other people. People obviously like the trading service as well, so you can trade in games and get store credit. And on the whole, they do offer somewhat fair prices, considering they need to make a profit. But CEX is and can be a great store. You know, there's lots of stuff that you want and need and want to find, and you can often find them cheaper than eBay prices, so there are many benefits to CEX. However, occasionally things don't always go to plan. You can order online, you have to pay quite expensive postage fees, you can get the game, you don't get to see what it looks like beforehand. It could be missing a manual, the disc could be scratched, the insert could be missing, the cover art could have a hole in it, it could be ripped, it could be stained, it could be anything, right? So you're taking a big gamble, and commonly this is called the CEX roulette. Now normally I have had in the past some CEX mishaps, let's say. I've purchased a game and they've put in the completely wrong disc in the game, and the game's not that expensive and it's not worth my time or petrol to take the game back, so I've just sucked it up and lived with it. There's been certain instances as well where they've charged me maybe like a Game of the Year edition price, or vice versa actually. I think one of them I bought a Star Wars Game of the Year edition of Force Unleashed, and it come with all the DLC. It should have been £18. I took it to the till and it was an Essentials version as well, which makes it slightly more sought after. And I took it to the till and they gave me the original Force Unleashed disc, which was worth about £1.50, and the £18 game was not in there. But I took it back, they sorted that out pretty quickly. I've got an instance now where I have literally been ripped off by CEX, and not just an error or they've missed something. Like, this is, they have overcharged me and effectively scammed me. So quite a bold claim, I know, but I'll explain why in a moment. And I'm going to try and take them back today to my local store and see, out of the 3 times that they've tried to scam me, whether they can rectify any of them. So there's 3 games and there's 2 instances where this happened. So the first 2 was at my local CEX the other day. Now I bought 3 games and I'll go through them right now. So I bought Burnout Revenge on the Xbox 360, which is right here, really good condition, no complaints. It might even be a condition upgrade, but I bought this in anticipation for the Xbox store closing down, and it's just a great game overall, and it's creeping up in price. Sells on eBay for around about £20 already, and it's only going to go up. I paid 10. The next game I bought was Buzz Brain of the UK on the PlayStation 3 for my PlayStation 3 collection. This is the last Buzz game that I need that's not part of the rather long, extravagant foreign subset, so I won't be going for those. But of the UK variants, this is the one that I need, and this was £8. And the last game I bought was Forza Horizon 5, or should I say Forza Motorsport 5. And yeah, you can kind of see where this is going, but this is not Forza Motorsport 5. But I also bought Forza Motorsport 5 for what should have been £5. What was the issue? Well, let's get into 2 of them. So the first one, Buzz Brain of the UK, £8, fine, happy with that. Looked on eBay, goes for about £10 to £12. Need it for my collection, cool. Got home, was doing my YouTube video to explain what I've picked up from CEX for my weekly Week in the Life videos, and Buzz the Music Quiz, the much cheaper and less sought after game. And if I take this back now, I run the risk of somebody purchasing the music quiz and getting the Brain of the UK disc. I might get a refund on that. Whether they'll swap it over, I don't know, but they might not have the disc anymore, so I run the risk of missing out on this game entirely for a simple error of just putting the wrong disc in. So that was £8, and I think the music quiz is a £5 game, so they've effectively overcharged me by £3. At first, the next one was a little bit of a gripe, and I could live with it, and I'll explain why. But then I was actually jaw on the floor, shocked, when I saw this next part, right? Forza Horizon 5. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't play Xbox, I collect for PlayStation. So I saw this £5 sticker and I thought that Forza Horizon 6 was the latest game. I think this is currently the latest Horizon game. I sometimes get mixed up between Motorsport and Forza Horizon. As I said, I'm a PlayStation gamer, I don't play on Xbox, so sometimes I miss some releases or just don't quite know. £5, I thought, oh, that looks quite cheap. I looked on eBay and it was going for like 20 quid and I was like, that's not bad, like that's a good markup. So I have Forza Horizon 3, which I got from the car boot for £1 the other day. I have Forza Horizon 4, which I think I got for like a £5 or £6 from somewhere, I can't remember quite where. So I thought, you know, I can put the 3 together, sell it as a Forza Horizon bundle. Bob's your uncle, right? So I took it to the till with my games, got it, and as she put the game in, I saw it had a black disc, and from experience from listing on eBay, I know the Horizon discs are usually quite colourful, just like the cover art. So on this occasion, they've put in Forza Motorsport 5 on the Xbox One, and this is Forza Horizon 5. May just be a simple error, so I was like, okay, I might take it back tomorrow. And then I looked at the front cover, and it says Forza Motorsport 5 instead of Forza Horizon 5. So I was like, ah, I see. They've messed up. They've given me the right disc for the right sticker on the wrong case. But then I thought, you know what, this is a £20 game, so for 20 quid or even 25 quid, I think they sell it for like £32, right? So I thought to myself, do you know what, this CEX selling this for £32. On eBay it goes around £20–25. So I thought, tell you what, the case for this is probably worth more than Forza Motorsport 5. So from a reselling point of view, I thought, you know, I could sell the disc on its own for maybe £4 or £5 on eBay, and then sell the case as a replacement case with the cover art, and someone might buy that for £5, maybe £6, and add that to their collection. Someone might have a disc only. Then I decided to look at the receipt, and my jaw was like, right, so Forza Motorsport 5, £5, they've given me a £5 disc on a £32 cover art, right? So I looked at the receipt. Brain of the UK, £8. Burnout Revenge, £10. Forza Horizon 5, £32. So I've now paid 50 quid for that bundle. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I buy a lot of stuff in CEX. I do not add up the price before I go to the till. Mentally, I'll look at it and judge whether I'll have enough in my bank account. I know roughly how much is in my bank account, so obviously unless I go in and spend hundreds of pounds, which sometimes happens, then, you know, I tend to just not work out the price. I look at the prices individually, think, yep, happy to pay £5 for that, happy to pay £10 for that, but I don't necessarily add it all up and say, right, I'm going to pay 15 quid, or in this case £23, right? So I took it to the till. She would have said a price, 50 quid, whatever. I don't really listen, I just tap the card, right? So I've just thought they charged me £5 for that game, and it's just, you know, a bit annoying that I've got the wrong cover. So I could either take it back and get a £5 refund, or just ask if they could swap the cover over for Forza Motorsport 5. Obviously I was under the impression I was getting Horizon 5 because it is a little bit of false advertising, it does say £5 on it, but in hindsight, very expensive, or pretty expensive modern game, so £5 is a bargain, so they've obviously made an error there. I can live with that, but the fact they've charged me £32 when the sticker is £5 is, one, an absolute disgrace, and two, the bit that I'm worried about now is I've got to take this back to CEX, right? And what if they scan this barcode when I return it and give them the receipt and they say, well, you've just swapped the box? What's to say I've not bought a copy of Forza Motorsport 5 on a previous day, taken this back in the wrong cover, and they think I'm trying to fiddle them? And then what if they claim that and then I don't get my £27 back? So I'm worried about that one. So that one's really pissed me off. And then this one's just a little bit of a gripe. So obviously we've had the Buzz one as well, which is the wrong disc. I'm going to take that back today as well. I'm going to try and get the disc swapped over. And the last one is I went to Chippenham CEX yesterday. Bought a bunch of stuff, spent £89. That'll be a separate video, so if you want to check out what I picked up, keep an eye out for that video. That'll be up shortly. So I spent £89 in CEX. I don't know how well you can see that on there. And one of the games was Street Fighter 5, so I was looking behind the counter at their steelbooks, so they didn't really have many steelbooks on display. They had a few, and then when I got to the till to pay, they had about 4 or 5 steelbooks behind the counter. So without spoiling the video too much, I did pick up some steelbooks, and one of the steelbooks was Street Fighter 5. Now this was £8, and it's a really nice steelbook, good condition. It's missing the slipcover, but that's fine. You don't always get the slipcovers from CEX anyway, so not too asked about that. So £8 for the steelbook on the PlayStation 4. If I can open it, it comes with the disc. Nice, fine. On the receipt, £10. Now, this has happened to me before as well, but I think just because of what's happened, this has pissed me off even more. Again, I've been overcharged. I think one I remember was Ratatouille on the PS3. It had a £7 or £8 price on the cover. I took it to the till and they charged me 10, and I only realised when I got home, and I couldn't be bothered to take it back for the sake of 2 or 3 quid. But on this occasion I will, because it's just all adding up. So this is 3 errors in 2 visits, but 2 or 3 quite big errors. You can understand maybe the £2. You could say, well, obviously it's an old sticker, maybe it's because it's behind the till, they forgot to update the new one. Fine, hopefully I'll just get a £2 refund on that one. Shouldn't be too difficult to sort it out. This game, I run the risk of somebody buying the other game and maybe they've given them the disc, so I might actually have to return this game and miss out on this game for my collection. But then this game I am actually worried about, because what's to say I just haven't swapped the disc over and I lose out on £27. So hopefully this will go smoothly. So what I'll do is I will record myself now going into CEX on my lunch break, or I'll at least may not be able to get some footage, but I can do what I can, take these back, and I will show you the outcome in the next part of the video. Right, so I've just been to CEX. I couldn't really get any footage. It would have just been awkward conversation with the phone in my pocket and you wouldn't be able to hear anything. But I've just popped into my local CEX with the 3 issues regarding those games, and I'm pleased to say 2 of the 3 issues have been rectified, and the one that wasn't rectified is probably the least concerning one. But Forza Horizon 5, the big one to start with. So I took that to the counter and explained what happened. I said, I don't know how it's happened, but I've been charged £32. On the sticker it says £5. I said, I can understand the mix-up that the case says Horizon 5. I said, but the sticker, it was £5. I said Motorsport 5, and the disc I received was Motorsport 5. I said, why have I been charged 32 quid basically? And I was worried that they were going to say that I've just swapped the case over and I'm trying to scam them for 27 quid, but in reality they scammed me for £27. So the woman was quite understanding, and she said what's probably happened is they've scanned the barcode on the back of the game, not the barcode on the front, and maybe what's happened is someone's traded it in with the wrong disc in, and they've just like scanned the game, put it in the wallet, put it in the back, whatever, fine. So she did give me a £32 refund. She wouldn't let me, I kind of expected it. She said, do you want to still have the game? And I said, I do, for £5, which is what I thought I was getting it for. I said, but not for £32. I said, I'd rather just have a refund. And then obviously she said she can't sell me the game for a £5 because it's a £32 game, but I can give you the refund. So she refunded me that. So I've got the £32 refund. Luckily, the Buzz Brain of the UK, they swapped the disc over and they had the disc, so they knew obviously I wasn't lying. They had the other disc. The other game was still on the shelf with my disc in basically, so they swapped that back over, so that was good. Now the only thing that's a bit of a gripe is this game. Now I went to Chippenham CEX, which is a good 2-hour drive from where I live, and I went to see the in-laws, so that was £8 on the shelf and they charged me 10. So I just said, look, politely, could I have a £2 refund? I said I would have probably left it, but because of the other issues I said I wanted to just get them all sorted in one go. And I said, I showed them the receipt, it says £10 on there, £8 on here. I didn't peel the sticker off just so they know it was 8 quid. And they basically said, because it's a different store, they can't refund it. Which I don't know if that's cap or not. I don't know if that's a load of rubbish. I'd have been happy with a £2 voucher, but maybe they can't refund cash from another store. So yeah, I'm now stuck with a game I've technically been overcharged for. I can't drive back to Chippenham to get a £2 refund because petrol would cost me about 30 quid. So I've got to take the L on that one. It's not worth me messaging or emailing CEX. I mean, I could, and they could, you know, send me a voucher or apologise or whatever. but at the end of the day it's £2, so I'm not that arsed. But it is a bit of a crap practice, and the person surely that scanned it on the till would have seen it said £10, so he could have, you know, noticed it had an £8 sticker on. But anyway, so 2 of the 3 issues have been sorted, so I have absolutely no problems at all with the CEX staff members. Everyone makes mistakes. Somebody's probably traded in that Forza game with the wrong disc in, and all they've done is just scanned it. They might not have noticed it's the wrong disc, and that's how that's came about, so I get that. The Buzzbrain of the UK one, I mean, they should have really checked the disc better. That is on the staff issue, really. And I suppose if prices change, the steelbook was behind the counter, not on the shelf. So presumably, I mean, I've seen staff go out with a roll of stickers and they will just sticker the games and stick the new stickers over the top. So I can understand if they've missed it. So whilst they are staff errors, I don't blame them. But yeah, you know, they come in, they do their job, they leave. So I have no problems with the staff. I'm just glad it's been rectified. CEX, you know, should do better really, but since my problems have been rectified to a satisfactory level where I'm happy that I've got my refund and I got the right game, then I don't want to bash them too much. But I was ready to fight because I really thought they were not going to give me the £27 or the £32 refund on that game, but luckily they did, so I'm happy with that. So good outcome in the end. Bit of a rant, a bit annoying that these have happened, and it's all happened so quick. I don't usually have many issues with CEX. I shop there all the time and I don't have issues like everyone else seems to have with them, but on this occasion I had 3 issues in very quick succession, so I thought it warranted a bit of a rant video. So yeah, that's my story, that's my experience with CEX recently. Let me know if you've had any horror stories or any problems with CEX in the comments below, and whether you know, some people I know have said that they don't shop there anymore because of certain things. So are you one of those people that will never shop at CEX again, and if so, why? Let me know. And have you had similar experiences and forgiven them and still shop there? Also let me know. Otherwise, see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching.